Yo, what is good, Celtics Nation? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the biggest, the most relevant Boston Celtics news as we are just one day away from the NBA draft. And guys, let me tell you, this rumor has the NBA buzzing about what could potentially happen in the next couple of days because the Celtics are on the verge of making potentially a season-changing trade for next season. Now, rumors have been, swirling, spiraling all throughout the last few weeks here, especially in Boston. Now, the Celtics front office has been working tirelessly to shake things up, but not as much as you think. I know people want to say Jaylen Brown may be traded or Jason Tatum or Rob Williams. I don't think it's going to be anything that big, but there is some news that I am going to be breaking down to you in this video that you guys need to know as Celtics fans. However, before we get into this video, I need you guys to do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Let's see if we get the video up to 1,000 likes if you're excited to see the Boston Celtics next season. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, keeping you guys up to date with everything that you guys need to know, including the Boston Celtics, the rest of the NBA, the draft, free agency, preseason, regular season, whatever it may be. I got you guys covered, so join the family, turn on post notifications, and I also will be live streaming games. Every single Celtic game next year, I will be live for those, reacting to it, commentating it a little bit, talking to you guys. So if you guys ever want to come, chill, and watch a game with me, this is the place to be. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so the stemming of all of this rumors, all of this buzz is coming from Peyton Pritchard. Now, obviously, as Celtics fans, we all know that Peyton Pritchard requested a trade last season. He did not get dealt, so he is now available to be traded right now. Now, as in terms of what Boston wants in return, there's been a lot of different things being said within the media. Now, one thing that I've heard is that Brad Stevens is looking to trade up in the draft. However, I don't see that as being the most realistic option here for Boston. We don't really have too much to trade up in the draft. We might be able to trade up from like 35 to like 27 in the first round or something like that, but I don't think that Peyton Pritchard in our early second would get us into the top 20 of the first round of the NBA draft. However, with that being said, there has been one team very interested in making a trade with us, and that includes the Atlanta Hawks. Now, right now, I'm going to go quickly through a couple of guys that I believe to be very available over there in Atlanta, and I think the Celtics could actually end up acquiring from them in a trade. Now, I'm going to go through some of the names right now, and then after that, I'm going to break down how they could help, what would they add, and how could they make us a better team next season. Now, one guy I want to know off the bat is Saddiq Bey. Now, I'll tell you why he would be a perfect fit in a second, but I also want to name the other guys as well. You got John Collins, you got Onyeka Okongwu. They also have DeJounte Murray. Now, the one guy that I really want to, focus on right now is a guy in Saddiq Bey. Now, the reason why I think Saddiq Bey would be such a good fit is in terms of his contract. He is young. He's still on his rookie deal, which means that you could get him primarily just with Peyton Pritchard, maybe a pick as well, but he wouldn't cost anything other than that. What I mean by that is like a guy like John Collins, you would have to throw in Malcolm Brogdon at the very least to match up the salary. So Saddiq Bey is a young, promising forward who, got traded to the Hawks last season, and now they're like, okay, we kind of want to flip him, get more minutes to a guy like AJ Griffin, who they are in love with, which only makes sense for them to trade Saddiq Bey now, because with Saddiq Bey and DeAndre Hunter and those guys on that roster, you don't really have too much playing time for a guy like AJ Griffin. So I think Saddiq Bey could very much be available. Now, it's very unknown to be said if he's going to be traded or not, but the reason why I like him so much is he's got a well-rounded skill set, a reliable three-point shooter, one of the best three-point shooters in his draft class. He's got the ability to knock down almost any single shot, and if he's open, he's gonna hit that shot most of the time. He's got good size, he's got good strength, allowing him to defend multiple different positions. And Boston, they love to have multiple guys who can come in and guard the 1 through 4, the 5 through 3. You know what I mean? They want those type of guys. And Saddiq Bey is, he's got the right size, he's got the right height, and he would be overall a great asset for Boston to have in terms of his three-point shooting ability and his defensive, ability as well. He's got a quick release, good shooting mechanics, and, it makes him a threat all around the floor to make us even more, I'm just going to say this. The Celtics were big-time three-point shooters last season. It could only help to have another one in Saddiq Bey. We also know Grant Williams potentially will be traded as well, or, in terms of a sign-and-trade, or he could just walk in free agency. So I think Saddiq Bey would help right away in terms of everything he adds, his ability to create his own shot off the dribble, versatility on offense, versatility on defense. Let me know what you guys think about potentially adding Saddiq Bey to the Boston Celtics next season. Okay, now let's move on to a guy in John Collins, which this would take a little bit more to, pry him away from the Atlanta Hawks in terms of what we'd have to give up. Now, let me know in the comment section down below, would you think it would be necessary to give up a guy like Malcolm Brogdon in return to getting a guy like John Collins? Now, I'll go over John Collins real quick. He's a talented young power forward who is on the Atlanta Hawks, obviously, but he's very impressive in terms of athleticism. He's a good rebounder. He can fly around the rim and is a big man. Over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months and years even, the Celtics and the Celtics fan base have been, they really want a backup center. They want someone who can come off the bench and provide solid minutes. John Collins may not be a true center, but he is someone who, has the size, has the ability to fly around the rim, catch lobs. He's shown improvement in terms of shooting the mid-range, and he's even, a consistent outside threat as well at times. One of his notable strengths is rebounding, and that's something that the Boston Celtics really need going forward, is just to rebound the ball. And that's something that John Collins would provide to us going forward. Now, like I said, would you guys want to give up a guy like Malcolm Brogdon to get him in return? There's a big logjam at us for guard with Marcus Smart, with Jaylen Brown, with Derek White, with Peyton Pritchard, and Malcolm Brogdon. So, do we go out and give up one of these guys to bring in a guy like John Collins? That's something that we need to, focus on and see if that would be best for our future going forward. It seems like we're just one piece away, if not just health away, and overall development away from the NBA championship. So the Celtics front office and Brad Stevens really has to sit down and think about, is John Collins going to make this team better in the terms that, the areas we needed to be better last season. We missed a lot of shots in the playoffs. The defense was good, but at times it looked bad. Rebounding, turnovers, we need to get better in those aspects. And I think, health is the most important thing. Malcolm Brogdon was a little bit injured, and we can't really make that excuse either because the Heat were very injured as well. But do you guys think, let me know in the comment section down below, do you think John Collins, in terms of his ability to score the ball, be an athletic threat, his rebounding ability, and also he's a good defender at times, he can definitely switch and defend multiple positions, which could be a very, a positive thing for the Celtics going forward. Overall, guys, I think both John Collins and Saddiq Bey have shown a lot of promise. I think they would both impact the Celtics roster next season. But, like I said, would you rather trade a guy like Peyton Pritchard, potentially a 35th overall pick, for Saddiq Bey, or go a little bit bigger and trade Malcolm Brogdon to get a guy like John Collins? And I'm not sitting here saying that would be a straight up one-for-one deal. With probably a lot more moving pieces involved. I don't really know what it would be, but let me know what you guys think about those two players and what they could bring here to Boston next season if that were to happen. Like I said, I will be covering the entirety of the NFL or the NBA draft, the NBA free agency, summer league. I will be streaming summer league games for the Celtics. So if you guys want to watch some more, see some J.D. Davidson play, and probably some rookies as well, if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we drop a video. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below, who is one player you want the Celtics to try to acquire over the next few days, minutes, weeks, whatever it may be, through a trade, or who do you want them to draft in this draft if they do decide to keep their pick? But like I said, join the family. Going to be covering the Celtics, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Pro Class, the absolute best place for you to take your game to the highest level. It's the first of its kind sports training and development platform where you can reach your highest potential by learning from some of the best athletes on the entire planet. Some of these guys include Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Allen Iverson, DeMar DeRozan, and so many more. And I have some great news to you guys. If you guys go use my code MattyDubs, you'll get 50% off hundreds of training videos, workouts, and drills, and you can get in the lab right now. So go check it out. Go steal some of the secrets from some of the top players in the world right now. And if you are interested in developing your skills at any level, if you play in middle school, high school, college, or if your goal is just to be a better athlete, a better basketball player, this is where you need to go. Nobody else does this. Go check them out, and you can learn, develop your skills at a fast, pace, high speed level. Click the link in the description for instant access to all of the secrets in the world. And remember, using code MattyDubs will get you 50% off right now, so don't miss out on this offer.